What's this in your back pocket? It looked like you're carrying a gun in your back pocket. I'm stopping to make sure you're carrying it properly. Can't see it. You don't have to be a dick to me.
Well, you're being one to me.
Get to know American society through the actual law enforcement scene. Video provided by Jim. People involved in the case. What happened in Columbia County, Florida? Early morning, 31/10 2022. Jim, 61 years old, got up early to participate in local jury activity. The local jury in America, this is a civic duty. According to later information, Jim's eyesight is very poor. They are considered legally blind. So in low light conditions in the early morning, Jim needs the help of a guide stick to move. And only when there's enough light, you can walk without a stick. Upon arrival, he was informed that the operation was canceled today and prepared to go home. On the way home, a Columbian District Police officer, Zammy's, noticed some unusual signs.
Hi there.
Hey.
What's this in your back pocket? I just saw you walking it.
The navigational aids. What's the problem? You a tyrant?
Yeah, I am actually. What's your name and date of birth?
Some Americans are stopped by police. There may be negative emotions, but even when people swear at the police, that's still within the scope of free speech protected by the Constitution. Jim asked the police, "Are you a tyrant?" The police officer didn't hesitate to say yes. This has caused the tensions to
I don't have
escalate.
to give that unless
Yes,
I'm
sir.
good.
I was investigating.
You have reasonable.
Do you want me to put you in handcuffs right now? Yes, sir, I do.
What is your suspicion?
It looked like you're carrying a gun in your back pocket. I'm stopping to make sure you're carrying it properly. You don't
Have
have
you
to.
ensured that it's not a firearm?
No, you keep turning so I can't see it. You don't have to be a dick to me.
Jim suddenly pulled the stick out of his back pocket. Show the police that it's not a gun. While you perform this dangerous act, police, there doesn't seem to be any evasive reaction. This makes people question the original reason. Is it reasonable for the police to stop him? Maybe that's why. Some people have negative feelings about the police.
Well, you're being one to me.
No, sir, I'm
Have a
doing my
good day.
job.
Am I detained?
Yeah, you are. What's your name and date of birth?
It does not matter.
Yes, sir, it does.
Do you have a crime?
Would you like me
Call
to
your
put you in?
supervisor,
He's right
please.
here.
All right.
You don't.
Sir, what's she stop you for? For a walking stick.
So,
And it could look like a weapon. She asked you to
Really?
present it, okay?
Now she's asking me for ID.
Okay.
I don't need the ID unless
Okay.
there's reasonable articulated suspicion
And her
that I have committed a crime and committing a crime
And
or
her-
about to do a crime.
Sir, and her suspicion was that you were armed, okay? And she's asking you for your ID.
Well, now
Okay.
she has verified that I am not armed.
Okay.
So there is no
you got
problem.
your ID or not?
As soon as he proved to the police that the initial suspicion was a misunderstanding, the Fourth Amendment to the U.S. Constitution clearly states that people have the right to protect their bodies and their homes and his property from unreasonable searches and confiscations.
You have my ID, but you don't need it.
Okay? Okay?
Jim refused to show papers based on civil rights, but the two officers decided to handcuff this 61-year-old blind man.
There, you deserve it.
77 Whiskey Mike detained. I don't know where his wallet is.
Where's your wallet at, sir? I don't have a wallet on me.
Okay, where's your ID?
Where's your ID?
in my
pocket.
Which pocket?
You are not allowed to search me.
It's in this pocket.
The police ignored Jim's legal assertion about refusing to be searched and keep looking for identification. In your pocket?
There you go.
Thank you.
I want your names and badge numbers.
1237 on Nick 65427.
Even though handcuffed unreasonably, Jim remained calm and did not argue with the police. He asked for the names and numbers of the police officers.
Sir, you legally blind? Yes, I am. Okay. I had to walk up here in the dark for jury duty, which was canceled. Why aren't you using your stick? You don't have to use your stick all the time? Not all the time.
26.
Green.
All right, Mr. Hodges. Was that hard?
It's gonna be. I want your name and your badge number.
You know what? Put him in jail for resisting.
Okay.
The Coordination Center announced that Match's identity information is completely normal. But when Match is asked for the names and numbers of the police officers, once again, the senior police officer was upset and decided to send Jim, who didn't commit any crime, to jail.
All right, let's go.
I want your name and badge number too, sir.
Have a seat.
You'll pick my property up, please.
I sure will, after you have a seat.
I'm gonna pull this out of my back pocket.
Sure. Here, I'll grab your jacket for you, too.
Finally, Jim was detained for 26 hours in a nearby jail. Then he signed up for a video extraction request from police cameras that captured the moment he was arrested and uploaded it to my channel. This video quickly caught the attention of the American people. Many people think that the police acted just because they felt embarrassed in front of Jim. After the event, Jim announced, "We'll sue the 2 police officers and the relevant police department."
This is not a weapon. This is an aid to a man who's legally blind.
Well, I've always been the kind of person that don't really take things lying down. But I made up my mind to properly, and it is the law in Florida that you are supposed to resist unlawful orders. So I made up my mind to properly, legally, and as maturely as possible, given the circumstances, to fight back.
And soon after, Chief of the Police Department, I also quickly responded to this. Chief Kangner said that on November 3rd, 2022, the police department has started an internal investigation about the police officers involved in the case.
As a result of these findings, Sergeant Harrison will be demoted immediately, suspended without pay for 7 days, and will not be eligible for any favorable action for 2 years. Deputy Godey will be suspended without pay for 2 days. Both deputies will be required to undergo remedial training pertaining to civil rights. As sheriff, I take full responsibility for this event and want to extend my sincere apologies to Mr. Hodges for the actions of my deputies. I do not feel these deputies' actions were guided by ill intent, but rather by frustration and failure to rely on their training.
Many Americans have expressed dissatisfaction with the police department's handling of the case. Someone has commented that the law enforcement officers, who violated the 4th Amendment of the Constitution, claiming to be a tyrant, abuse of power to unlawfully arrest and detain a legally blind person, should be fired immediately and face charges for their violations of the law instead of just being suspended without pay for a few days. There is no specific report on whether this case will be compensated or not. What is your opinion about this event? Let's discuss it below.